Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at James Bond 007 Issue 1. This is a 2022 series from Dynamite, written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson, art by Marco Finnegan, colors by Dearbhla Kelly, letters by Jeff Eckleberry. I have the main cover by Tommy Lee Edwards, edited by Nathan Crosby. I like the cover, it looks really cool. None of this happens in the book. This is just some random images. That thing with the subway there, that doesn't happen. Bond doesn't carry anyone out over his shoulder. None of that happens. And that art is significantly different than what we get in the book. So we start off with this guy getting some data off a computer, and he doesn't run when Bond tells him to, so Bond has to go in and save him. But that doesn't go according to plan. Bond gets shot a couple times and has to jump in the river, and then he gets benched by his boss, M, and he has a little chat with the secretary before getting a phone call from Gwendolyn Gann, who used to be 003. She wants to meet. We get a little flashback of their time together, and they had sort of a thing, as well as some adventures together, it looks like. It's all very brief. But she's not at the meeting spot, so he goes to her place to try and get some info. Well, it turns out there's this group that he's kind of come across accidentally twice. Some shadow people that seem to know that he's MI6, and that's obviously the crux of the story arc. Overall, this was a massively boring issue. All the excitement kind of happens in the first third of the book, when he's in this little bit of a shootout before sort of getting captured and then trying to escape. The art is inconsistent at best. Bond's facial structure changes throughout the book, so he looks different, and it occasionally makes it difficult to tell who's who. There's a few photographs that are tweaked to be backgrounds, but otherwise there's not much in the way of background imagery, and the use of color is very odd. There's like this lime green color for several pages. It's very, very frustrating. The line work is incredibly simplistic most of the time on the faces, but the detailing on vehicles is pretty good, but that looks like altered photos more often than not. So I thought the art was pretty inconsistent. It has a very European but amateurish look, so if you like a lot of the like Modesty Blasé books, stuff like that, you might like the art. I don't think it worked for me. The background colors really threw off the book because there's such odd choices for background colors, and the fact that Bond's face seems to change from scene to scene so that it's difficult to even recognize him sometimes, plus not much happens in the story. It sort of seemed like the opening of every generic 80s action movie where you have the lieutenant or captain that wants to bench the rogue agent or rogue cop. It seemed very generic to me, so I'm not going to recommend this. I was very bored with it, and I thought the art was incredibly inconsistent. The artist has a lot of good perspective shots, but largely there's a lot of flat angles in here that were wasted. He obviously understands perspective, he just doesn't use it as much as he should, and he needs to add more detailing to faces. So the art came off as kind of lazy to me, and so did the story. It was just too generic. There was really nothing here, and I was really bored. So I'm not going to recommend this. The cover is the best part of it, but it's not justifying anywhere near $4. If you want to read this, grab it out of a dollar bin. It's not worth it any other way. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss future reviews. If you want to support me in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.